Hi, I am Mirriam Syamakata, or you can call me Mimi. A very passionate young lady when it comes to social justice, sustainable development. I'm the sustainable development girl. Yeah, I am so creative, and I love to explore different things. I love to learn open minded anytime, every day. I am a public speaker. I love to engage with the different kinds of audience, and I love to express myself. And today I'll be telling you about my journey into the world of tech.
So, Miriam, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Can you give us a bit of your background before joining the eHub?
Okay, so before joining the eHub, I had just completed my secondary school education with a certificate. I passed. Yes, and I was just going about my business, being a volunteer for an NGO that does sexual reproductive health and rights. And I just continued my art stuff. I would be writing, singing, doing poetry, performances, and I would be doing speeches on public days. Yes, like the Youth Day, being the youth advocate that I am. Yes, but yeah, that's about it.
What inspired you to join the eHub program?
Okay, so since I was a little girl, I've always been passionate about coding, exploring the world of tech, but I didn't know how to go about it. And what inspired me was I think as an individual growing up, I just got tired of using other people's softwares that would sometimes fail, other people's applications. I wanted to build my own. I just had that curiosity to say, okay, I want to do my own. How did they do this? I've been curious my whole life, still curious. And I heard about the EHAB program and I was so interested. I was like, I have never heard of anything like this. I want to be part of it. Then I contacted the people that helped me to see the advertisement because they knew my interest and they helped me get into it.
What were some of the key skills you learned during this course?
Okay, I learned a broad set of skills. First of all, from the start of the course to the very last, it's like you explore a new, different world. I learned how to build my analytical skills. I can do competitive analysis like very well. It's like every single step we would read, and sometimes it would be so practical. I learned to be so open, like my eyes were very open, very creative. When I look at colors, my mind just pops, and I think how to create something different from it. When I see something wrong, trust me, if I see your brand and there's nothing aligning, trust me, I'll come for you. I can simply say I'm also a consultant because it's like the course helped me to sharpen my skills. Like I said, I learned how to do competitive analysis. I know how I can set you apart in the market when it comes to branding from other competitors. And I have also learned how to be a web developer full flank. Can come to me
Mm.
to for your website designing, mobile application designing, and I can help you with that. I am also a good writer from the same thing because it also had to do with how creative your mind can be, but also making sure that the information that you deliver out there is good and well understood. Yeah.
Looking back at your journey, what challenges did you face before and during the program?
Yeah, so like I never had any background in tech, computer studies, except for like the partial lessons that we had back in school. But I never had any background. That was like a challenge for me. It was a milestone I had to cover because I would sometimes feel like I'm failing. I wouldn't be able to write all that code. Sometimes I look at code, already made code, and I'm like, okay, what is this? When am I gonna be able to do this? Sometimes you try out something like you're doing practical lessons, and it just fails, and you're like, oh my gosh. There's just the way it made me feel, and at some point, I stopped going for classes. I was so discouraged. I didn't know what to do. I was so quiet. I didn't even want to come back here because I just felt like a failure. And then, well, our course instructor had to call me, and that was so caring. I actually still appreciate that call because it changed my mind. Because if I hadn't received that call, honestly, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have graduated. I wouldn't be on another level when it comes to thinking, the way I look at things. I am so goal and business oriented right now. Like when I see something, the first thing I look at is how can I help build something meaningful? How can I solve a problem? That is one of the skills I acquired. So after that call that I received after giving up, I came back and I continued. I faced challenges. I failed to run a certain code. I failed to design properly, but I still kept on coming and coming and coming, asking questions, exploring, experimenting, researching until I did it.
I love this. How did the eHub and its team support you in overcoming those challenges outside of the call and
Yeah.
you feeling like, oh, you know what, I'm not grasping this concept? What other support did you receive?
Whew. Okay, let me say this is the most awesome space I've ever been in. It's so free. Like, it doesn't matter whether you are a basic learner or you don't know much. It doesn't matter. Like, it all doesn't matter, because when I came here, I thought, oh no, everybody would be an expert. My fellow learners know the best. But they helped me walk through it actually. I got to learn. They were so comfortable to be around. I would ask questions from them. They would come consult from me, and that boosted my confidence. And you would also ask questions, like follow-up questions on whatever you had. You could share your experiences in tech. And everyone was so receptive to my call whenever I needed their help. So that's how they helped me to build my resilience till I was done.
Can you share with us how you managed to secure your first client and formal employment after completing this course?
Yes. So remember, I told you that I built up competitive analytical skills,
Yes.
and I just became so open-minded. Every time I would see a problem, I would recognize it instantly, and I would want to find solutions. So the same happened. After going through the course for a while, I noticed there's someone who is in my space. Yeah. And then I noticed there was a problem with their brand. The person is a public figure. I won't mention the name. There was a problem with their brand, the way they were branding themselves. And I noticed they didn't have a website and the photos were not. So I had to bring in my I had to bring in my expertise from what I learned from color coding to building a website. So I got into their inbox. I was like, hey, I noticed you do this, but there's something missing. So what I do, what I learned from the whole cohort is that you don't go to ask for people to help you. You have to go to them with solutions. See a problem, find solutions to it, then you start doing the job. So I went there and they said, oh, actually, that's a good thing. What do you think we can do? Then I was like, okay, thank you for your time. And then I had to bring in my expertise. I did a competitive analysis with other competitors in the same field that the person is in. And after analyzing, then they're like, oh, this is actually good. Then I got some cool cash. And now I help them consistently. I'm like the social media manager. Yeah. I help them consistently with their brand. And I have also gone further to build their profile. Yeah, apart from the website that I did. And I got money. And I'm still getting money. And I'll still get money.
What does the opportunity mean to you and your family?
First of all, my parents were super excited because they know tech is the new thing. The world of technology keeps evolving. We live in a fast-paced world, and they're so excited for me as a young lady in this field. And for my family, this means a lot because I get to be in places, in spaces because of the same course. It's just that it's not always, I would say, oh, it's because of this that I'm here, but I get to be in different spaces with different people. My intellectual skills are at a different level because of this, and my family is just so excited and they keep cheering me on. And if I get better, they also get better.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely wonderful to hear. So now that you've achieved all of these things, you've done this. What's the next step for Mirriam after this?
That's a good question. Actually, the good
It's a
thing.
very big question too.
It is.
So yeah, it can be something small. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be a very big step,
Mm-hmm.
but it can also be something small, but still impactful to you and meaningful
Yeah.
to you.
Actually, I did ask myself before I was done with the course. I was like, okay, so what next? When I get this skill, am I gonna sit on it? What am I gonna do with it? Then, because I love to grow, I love to learn, I love to build myself. I was like, I'm gonna grow this skill. I will get registered as a business, and I am still in the process of doing that. And soon you will see my brand somewhere, and you will come to me for consultancy and for all the services that you need. But also importantly, I want to impact other young people, especially the girls in our communities. I want to build a whole community of tech creativity from different arts spheres, because I believe everyone is a creative. It just takes them the courage to see it and express it.
Thank you so much for that, Mirriam. What message would you like to share with other young people who might be thinking of joining the eHub?
Okay. So first of all, I'll say this. I am still a teenager. When I started the cohort, I was a teenager. I won't tell you how old I am. And after saying that, it doesn't matter how old you are. I always say this. It doesn't matter how old you are. As long as you have the strength, the courage, the will, the determination to do whatever you wish, you will achieve. If you have a dream, I had this dream when I was very young. If you have a dream, find people, find spaces that will help you harness it to bring it to reality. Just do that. Sometimes we think the opportunities aren't there, but it's because we do not communicate our interests and we don't build meaningful communications and networks with other people. When you're in a space, what do you do? When you see people who are new, what do you do? Do you just talk about, oh, I'm on Facebook, follow? What do you do? Build meaningful connections and networks. It will really, really help out. But most importantly, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to.
Thank you so much, Mirriam. We are almost done.
Mm-hmm.
Last question for you. Do you have any final words of encouragement to the eHub team and the partners who made this possible? And then after that, I think we can close.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I am so grateful. I just want to say thank you so much to the eHub team, to Play It Forward, to Absa Bank for making my dream possible. I'm able to tell my story today because of people who came up with an initiative that is so unique and impactful to the community. And I would like to urge the young people out there to be part of it as well. Come! You may never know what you get from here. I got a good set of skills from this. I am able to implement it in my life and I'm able to grow myself. You can also do it. So thank you so much to the team, eHub team, Play It Forward, Absa Bank, and I pray and hope that you don't stop here. You continue impacting more lives positively.
Any other words since we're closing now?
Yes. I want you, the young people, the older generation, to look out for me because I am coming. I am taking you by storm in the creative space, in the tech world. Be ready, and I urge for your support. Thank you.